podcast session today. Uh,
Right.
what's your full name, please?
Uh, Chittopriyo Acharya, and nickname is Goura. Spell is Goura, and full name Chittopriyo Acharya.
Okay, so may I call you as Acharya, please?
Yes, obviously why not?
Okay. So, Mr.
Though most of my
Acharya,
colleague and friends call me Chitto, but you can call me Chitto or can Acharya,
okay.
whatever you like.
Mr. Acharya, now we are going to start our real session. And at the very first part of the session, I am going to ask you some questions related to you. Let's talk about your culture. What is the most important festival in your culture?
Okay, thank you. In our country, festivals are actually divided in few parts. Some of us are social festivals, some are religious festival, and some are our national festival. But I think in my thinking, national festivals are the most important part for me. That means 21st February, 16th December, 26th March. These national days brings more importance for me.
Okay. What special food is connected with this festival?
Please repeat the question once.
What special food is connected with this festival?
Yes, actually, in our national festivals, the foods actually are not mostly connected because this is because of our national history and because of our freedom fighting day, and this is for our mother language day. So actually, most of the most related things are to show respect for those fighters who has given us freedom and who for them. And now we can speak in Bengali. But in these events, there are some shops, and most of this case, when a fair is going on, most of the foods are our Bengali local foods, called muri, murki, and like this.
Okay, let's be talking about your neighborhood. What do you like about the area where you live?
Yes, I'm now living in an area which is not my hometown. I'm in Cox's Bazar. You know that Cox's Bazar is a tourist place. And my mostly favorite area in here is obviously sea beach. But beside this, there are also some beautiful temples in Cox's Bazar, and in this part of city where I stay, there is also a beautiful temple, and I also like it most.
How do you think it could be improved?
Yes, the main problem of Cox's Bazar is now it's a communication problem. The roads are totally are not well, and another one is dirty. The city is not clean well. So I think as a tourist city, we all should, not only government, the community also, and I also, though I am not a permanent resident in here, but I also should take care of this. We can improve actually main two sides. One is the communication. The roads are too much broken, and it's so much harmful for elderly people or children also. And we also take care about the cleanliness of this city.
Thank you so very much. This is the end of your IELTS speaking part 1. Now I shall move on IELTS speaking part 2. I'm in cue card. In this session, you will be given 1 minute for your extra preparation on the cue card. And at the end of your 1 minute self-preparation, you will be given 2 minutes to speak over the topic. So are you ready for the cue card?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Acharya, here is your cue card on the screen. You are given 1 minute to note down something, some information if you wish to. Your time starts now, Mr. Acharya.
Yes.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Acharya. Your time is over. Mr. Acharya, now I shall give you 2 minutes to talk over the topic. So are you ready to be talking on the topic, please?
Okay, thank you. Yes, especially some facilities actually changes a nation and a country and overall the mankind also. In my city, it is a district town in Bangladesh, and there are little facility. You know that you may know or may not know that there are no so many facilities in a district town. In my district, a few months ago, that means in January 2020, the government has built an auditorium, and this auditorium changes the overall picture of my city, because in this auditorium we can go for various courses, and all the age groups of my all the age groups of people from my city, and all the professions also, they can go to the auditorium for their own purpose. I think if I think the child, when they enjoy a day, when they enjoy their school event, they can go to auditorium for playing a drama, for recitation, and the another societies. There are many job societies in our country, rickshaw puller society, and another one society, government officer society. They also can move to the auditorium to perform to enjoy their time to their day. So most all the parts of our society can take facility from this auditorium. I think this is auditorium is too much important, because a social gathering place is mostly, it is a main thing where we can freshen our mind. And if we got a good auditorium with us, we can take much more facilities in our playing drama, in our music practice and music show, and another also. So I think it has changed all the aspects of my town, of my city, and everyone of us enjoyed this place.
Thank you so very
Uh,
much, Mr. Acharya. Thank you so very much. This is the end of our IELTS speaking part 2. Now I must move for IELTS speaking part 3. Here in this session, you will be asked some questions regarding your IELTS Q card, part 2. Are there any other facilities in your city that benefit people in general?
Yes, there are also some other facilities. There are some religious places in my city, which is very much famous. Also, my nearby 1 or 2 districts. Also, there is a big Idgah in our district. In many Eid occasions, people from nearby districts also come to enjoy here. There is also a river in my town, beside of my town. The river is so much beautiful, and the peoples from other part of my country, not only with surrounding districts, other part of my cultures come here to observe the beauty of the river. So this is the things in my city.
What can be done to protect and repair such public facilities?
I think there are so many ways to boost up public facilities in our countries. I think the question is about how can we boost up our public facilities in our cities. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to address all the ages and all the types of peoples in a city. There are so many ages. There are children, there are middle-aged people, there are aged people. There are some peoples are mostly religious, some peoples are mostly cultural-minded, and some peoples are in the wing of employment. Some peoples are government employees, some are laborer worker, and so we have to prepare the facilities for all age group people, for all types of job people, for all types of beliefs. Those beliefs, those who believe religious, there are places they must to go to there. Those who are feel comfort to stay in cultural areas, there are some places. And we have also have two parks in our city where our aged people can move and most of them can move in the morning for morning walk and so on. So
Okay. Is there any difference between public facilities in a town and in a village?
I think there are a big differences in town and in village because in our country most of the public places which situated in village are naturally made, and in cities most of the places actually by man made. Some places are naturally made, but our government and our city corporation also added some facilities in there. By this, the people can enjoy the places more. But in our village, there are no strong government body or social body to establish all the facilities in those places. So I think there are some differences in village and in city.
Do modern technologies play any role in establishing public facilities?
Sure. Technology is a big part because now this is 21st century and we are mostly depends on technology. And I was in previously I was talking about very much age group peoples, various job category peoples. So if I think about my daughter also, she is too fond of internet access and blah blah. So if she goes to village and if the facilities are not available there, she will not enjoy. But in here in city, she can enjoy it. And by internet and by technology, we also can teach and also can avail many more facilities, also can make many more information to the people, easy information access. So I think technology is a part of our life now, and we have to address the technology because without technology, we can't move only one day also. In our villages also, most of the villages are now using mobile phone and many other things. And when you go to a village and if you go to a river and see a boat, there is no natural boat. All the boats are with a machine. So technology is now in our villages also. So technology is a part of our life and we can't avoid it. Technology is
Thank you so very much, Mr. Acharya. This is the end of your IELTS speaking part, and you have wonderfully done well. I am very optimistic that you are keeping this pace even for your real examination. I wish you the very best of luck, Mr. Acharya. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you also. Thank you also.
So we have already finished two performers' performances. Are you being scared, please? Mr. Acharya
এই
is
হাসি হচ্ছে
laughing actually.
এই হাসি হচ্ছে বাকি সবার জন্য যে আমি পার হয়ে গেছি উতরে গেছি যে আবার হোক
Yeah, is the thing actually, is the thing. The sooner the better. The sooner the better is the thing. There's a proverb. Anyway, so who is the third one? The third performer? May you please raise
I
up your
can be
hand?
the third performer.
So I think Shagar bhai, I think you will talk about our performance in the last part, I think.
Please now is the just only the session for speaking. I mean for examination. Everything will be given.
Sure.
Real evaluation tests. Well, so Mrs. Tasneem Tawfiq is
Yes,
now
I can
on
be the
fire.
next.
Exactly. Well, so Mrs. Tasneem is ready. There's nothing to be worried. Good evening, Mrs. Tawfiq. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you. How may I call you, please?
You can call me Tasneem or you can call me Tawfiq as your wish.
Okay, thank you so very much, Mrs. Tasneem. Now I shall begin my IELTS speaking real part. At the very beginning, I am going to ask you some questions about yourself.
Okay.
Let's talk about your hometown. What kind of place is your hometown?
Okay. If I want to talk about my hometown, then I must have to add that it's not only my hometown, it's also my birthplace, and it's the southern part of Chattogram city. It is I'm living in Halisahar from my childhood, and it's the coastal area also. The outskirt part of the city is connected with Bay of Bengal, so it's one kind of we can say that it's one kind of residential area.
Okay. What do young people do for entertainment in your hometown?
Uh, I must say that in my hometown or in this city, there are lots of varieties people. Some are service holder and some are student. And especially if I want to say about young or young generation, they must wanted to do some playing activities in their leisure time beside with their educational activities. After finishing their educational activities, there are a lot of facilities in my area where they can enjoy their sport. They can enrich their sporting activities.
Okay.
And
What is
besides
the
that,
worst thing about living in your hometown?
could you repeat, sir? I
What is
didn't
the
get the
worst
question.
thing about living in your hometown?
Recent days, there are lots of activities which are bothering us too much. If I want to mention, first of all, it is the construction activities. As I'm already mentioned that we are living in a coastal area, so at the time of rainy season, we have to face the difficulties regarding the flooded issue. So in that case, the city corporation was taking some steps to change the environment and to improve the condition. So as the city corporation are taking so many activities in the road construction, they are changing all the way it was in back then 1 years ago. But because of this kind of activities, we are facing a lot of hassle. If I talk about, if I want to mention this, for example, when I leave um, my home for today's work, I have to wait 1.5 hour for getting an taxi. I don't get any vehicle because of this type of activities. And it's
Okay,
continuous for,
okay, let's move on and talk about being on time for appointments. I mean, punctuality. Is being late acceptable in your culture?
uh, frankly speaking, in our culture, being late is quite acceptable, but in my workplace, I can't do that. I can't do that anymore because it is an institution backed by defense. So here, punctuality is everything. I have to do all the work in on time. I have to reach there in on time. I can't delay. But if in case because of any kind of difficulties, I have to delay, then I must mention it before any scheduled time. So
What
I
type of
think it's common.
excuses do you think are all right for lateness?
I think for for taking our time, any kind of important schedule for participating any kind of important activities, you must have to be on time. But apart of that, there has some issues which can create delay. For example, when I went to enter in this session, or when we went to enter in an online session, there can be network problem. Or if we went to go with an activities, important activities, there can be transportation issue also. So there may be some issues which we can't avoid. So in that case, it can be okay. It can be okay if someone getting late for their appointment. I think
Okay.
so.
How do you feel when someone is late for an appointment with you?
Okay, so I can share an experience with all of you. Today, I have an important work in my workplace, that is full of registration work of my student. So I was in previous day, I'm already make all the guardian about today's plan. I'm already told them that we have to reach on 9 a.m. in the uh, college, and we have to done all the work in on time within 1:30 p.m. But most of the guardian is not take my word seriously. They came into the place late, and for that reason, we have to face some of difficulties, some extra botherings. We are just supposed to leave our compound, but for them, we have to wait some little bit more. We have to give a little bit more time. But so that's why I think it's very important when I have scheduled a meeting or appointment in previous time. So we should maintain that. It's a general courtesy. In my view, I think it's a general courtesy.
Thank you
At
so
least
very
we
much,
should.
Mrs. Tasdin Tofik. Thank you so very much. This is the end of your IELTS speaking part one. Now we must move for IELTS speaking part two. I mean, Q card part. As usually, you know, in IELTS speaking Q card part, there will be 1 minute for you to have some notes regarding the topic. Are you ready with your pencil and paper?
Yes, sir. I'm totally
Okay.
ready with my pen
So
and
I'm
pencil.
about to show you the topic for you.
Okay.
Here is your topic, and you are given 1 minute just to have some self-preparation on the topic. Your time starts now. Yes, and that's it. Your 60 seconds has been over. Now it is time for your speaking. You are given 2 minutes, Mrs. Tasnin. So I request you to start your speech for 2 minutes, and your time starts now, please.
Okay. Uh, I'm going to talk about something which I own, and that is very much prime for me. And I would like to talk about here the most recent equipment which I needed most for my all type of activities. That is my laptop, and I use my laptop in every kind of activity after starting the pandemic situation. I have to do a lot of activities with that. In case of my work activities, I need to use this. And in case of, as I am taking an IELTS course, in that case, this equipment also give me a lot of amenities. So it's very useful to me, and it's in day by day, it's very useful. It tends to be very useful equipment to me. And I must mention here that this equipment or this technological device I was purchased in 2018. I was supposed to attend in a training session. For that purpose, I was purchased that. But in that training session, I don't have to use so much. It was written in the training schedule that we have to be with a laptop. We must have a laptop. But in the training session, it was all type of activities was related there. There was activity was subject oriented activity. Their activity was physical improvement activity and mental improvement activities. So in that session, I was not used that. Mm, I was not used my laptop so much, but nowadays it's I'm using these tools very frequently, and purchase it from I purchased it from our local market that is called Computer Village, and it was very famous in our town for buying any kind of technological devices.
Thank you so
So I
much,
was
Mrs. Tasnin Tofik. Your time is over. And this is also the end of your IELTS speaking part two. Now I must ask you some questions relating to your IELTS Q card part.
okay.
What kinds of possessions give status to people in your country?
Uh, can you please paraphrase the question for me? I didn't get the question. What kind of possession?
What kind of possessions, what kind of personal things give
Okay.
status, give honor to people in your country actually?
Oh, okay. It depends what kind of person is there. Suppose if for being a service holder, we need some daily use equipment or daily use personal things like as I mentioned that laptop, smartphone. Uh, for if you consider younger generation, that the scenario is different. Uh, they are always trying to prove their status for from their smartphone. What kind of a smartphone they are using? They are always like to use trendy smartphone, and they always think that it's fashionable, and if it is very much it's very much important thing to showing their smartness when they are moved to or switch to in a brand new version. So it depends. If I'm going another level that if I'm talking about an standard income person, so they will show their status with a personal belongings like car, automobiles. They have a latest brand of car. So it depends in various type of situation, and it depends on the generation. So what kind of generation we are talking about?
Why do you think people need to show their status in society?
Okay, it's a question that I must say. We are living in a society where if we can't show our status, we can't prove our status, most of the time we don't get any value to our presentability. So sometimes needed, but it's completely depend on individual perspective. If you are so much keen or if you are so much bothered that others person think about me, so then you must need to show your status. But if you don't bother about what the other person think about yourself, then I don't think status is a point which everyone should prove. So uh, in this situation, if I'm concerned about the other's perspective, so I must prove my status with various surrounding factors. I can prove my status with social communication. I can prove my status with my personal belongings. So it depends.
Really? Do you think advertising influences what people buy?
Yes, of course, uh, it it influences. I must say it influences because what should I say? Nowadays, everything is depend on the publicity. The more we listen, or the more we saw things, so the more we build up our interest in that particular thing. So as we are passing our time most of the time with internet or electronical device or social media, we must get that opportunity to go through a lot of advertisement. And when we see a different kind of advertisement or different kind of product which may be useful to me or which may be needed for my family, so in that case I think advertisement also
Thank
give me
you.
a remember or give me a recall that you should have that thing.
Thank
So
you so very
advertisement
much,
is
Mrs.
needed.
Tasneem Tofik. And this is the end of your IELTS speaking module. And you have
Really?
really done something marvelous. I am very, praying to Almighty that you must keep yourself continuing with the same speed and same spirit. Thank you so very much for doing
Sure.
really tremendous in your session. I wish you the very best
Thank
of
you.
luck, Mrs. Tasneem Tofik. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, so one by one, three. Now, number four, fourth one is gonna be
Sir,
on
can
fire.
I?
Mr. Shaun, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why
I'm
not?
ready.
Why not? We are looking for such bravos.
Hoping for the best.
But I'm so sorry to say that we have only 5 minutes, so I think I must have a leave. Then instantly we must be back. But you all are requested to have a back instantly. We are not going away because it's only just 5. If I do start, then there will be an interruption. This is because it is better if we have a break. Let's have a break.